of all these agencies out there, and we start with the World Health Organization, the CDC, Stanford University, Science Direct, Vermont University, all of these people, and this is a direct quote from the website at the World Health Organization, they state, quote, short wavelength UVC is the most damaging type of UV radiation, period. However, comma, it is completely filtered by the atmosphere and does not reach the Earth's surface, period.
Which is an absolute lie. Absolute lie, yes.
Totally false. Yes, it is. How can I go out and measure something that doesn't exist? Okay? Now, the instrument that I use is manufactured by a very notable company. They have an extreme reputation as building laboratory standards, and that's what this unit is. The calibration is traceable to NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and it's qualified under the ISO 17025, which is the most stringent of all the International Standards Organization rules. Okay, what this is telling me is that this company has manufactured this and will go to court and state the accuracies of their particular instrument. And this is critical.
It is critical, and I know that the readings certainly also, though, are corroborated by what we see on the ground, as our first reports from geodrinkwatch.org were. We see scorched trees, the Cambrian layer on tree trunks are fried all the way to the core wood. We see this in the forest. We have people in urban areas and so-called experts trying to claim this is a result of windshields in parking lots and so forth. All absolute lies. We see the same thing in the forest. No parking lots, no windshields, native trees, same thing. Leaf scorch, bark scorch. We have peer-reviewed reports on fish being sunburned now, whales' backs being sunburned now. And we have, Ray, you've probably seen in the last week, we now have corroboration of another fact that geodrinkwatch.org has tried to disclose for nearly a decade, that the insect life is completely collapsing. We had confirmation of that, peer-reviewed confirmation about a week ago, finally, that in their case, they said 75 to 80% of the insects had declined. Our studies in Northern California, working with former Forest Service biologists, have shown a 90% decline in aquatic and terrestrial insects. The UVC radiation, obviously extremely harmful to insect life and microbial life. Yes, Ray?
Exactly, Dean, and that's what prompted me onto the UVC radiation. I have learned there is a extreme. When the World Health Organization said that it's extremely dangerous, they neglected to state why. Okay, I know why. Because 270 nanometers, which is right in the UVC spectrum, is resonant with our DNA and RNA. What this means is that we have, and this is a scientific term, it says our bodies have an actinic, A-C-T-I-N-I-C, response to 270 nanometer radiation. What that means is that the sensitivity, the fact that our DNA is responded to this radiation, we are actually 9,000 times more sensitive to this particular wavelength of radiation than any other radiation in the solar spectrum. And what that means is that when we experience 1 microwatt per square centimeter of radiation, you multiply that times 9,000, and then times another 10,000 to get into a square meter calculation. We're having as much energy on us as a 100-watt light bulb over a square meter, which is
energy that's in a very negative form, I think, is what people need to digest as well. And on this, go ahead.
It's resonance. And
yes.
If you've been traveling in your car, the window's down, your arm's sticking out there, and there's direct sunlight on it, the surface of your skin feels hot. Okay? It's hot because your DNA and RNA on the surface of your skin are dying. That's the long and the short of it. That's where the pain comes from. Because those cells in the DNA is being resonated apart. That radiation is literally tearing the DNA chains and strands apart because of the increased energy. It's like putting your arm up next to a 100-watt incandescent light bulb.
Now, on the form of that, again, in regard to UVC, it's important people understand this is even used for sterilizing laboratories. UVC radiation is used. So
yes, and that's an excellent point, because when you go outside, since everybody denies that UVC is reaching the Earth's surface, I had no references to monitor to say what is normal, what isn't normal, or what's safe and what isn't safe. But through industry use of these, what they call germicidal lamps, which are used to sterilize surgical instruments and other things maybe used in surgery or to to do DNA gene splicing, they use 270 nanometers of extreme low intensities. Theirs is less than 0.1 microwatts per square centimeter. 0.1. And what we're seeing out there on a standard day is 1 microwatt per square centimeter. So we're seeing 10 times more than what the industry standard is for a maximum hourly rate.
Now, if the geoengineering programs continue, and I recognize, and we have always acknowledged at geoengineeringwatch.org, there are many forms of anthropogenic damage to the planet. It's important people understand that, because we have many who would like to, there's many people in the population that would like to try to convince themselves that there's no other damage to the biosphere except geoengineering. That's certainly not true. There's many forms of damage also to the atmosphere. We have the rocket launches, the aircraft traffic, we have the other countless forms of anthropogenic pollution sources. But that being said, we know that the intentional dispersion of particulates into the atmosphere causes, for many reasons, the UV damage. We have also the radio frequency microwave transmissions, and all of this, it's a virtual assault against the atmosphere. I think you'd agree with that from countless directions. If we keep going, if geoengineering is not exposed and stopped, and the current rate of destruction from many sources, but let's look at geoengineering as being at the top of that list, how long in the current trajectory would you estimate until complete ozone layer collapse?
That's a good question, because when I came back a year ago, I said that if this continues as is, by 2025, we'd no longer be able to grow crops.